welcome Robstown Athletics fans to the first episode of the Robstown Coaches Show. We are joined here with our assistant Robstown Lady Pickers Volleyball coach, AJ Salas. Coach Salas, welcome to the show. How are you?
Pretty good. Thank you for having me.
Good deal. All right, Coach, we're about halfway through the non-district schedule. Tell us a little bit about the team, where we're at, who's been meeting our expectations, what we have to look forward to for the rest of the season.
Team's looking pretty good. Of course, it's a work in progress. It's an everyday learning experience for myself, and as long as with these youngsters, coming up and filling some big shoes from last year, knowing from where they were to coming in every day in practice and just, having them watch and succeed in, everyday communication-wise, they're getting better, determination, just eager to learn in between individually and as a team coming together. Just watch them as a coach perspective is really good.
So there's been an influx of new talent coming in. We did obviously lose some very, very important players from last season. We went, 3 rounds deep or 2 rounds deep? So, it's been has to be a big adjustment for the team. So what are some of the strengths of the team so far this season?
I would have to say the strengths for the team is communication and just having the eager to learn and being coachable as well, and having the older group, group of seniors and junior class, upperclassmen taking initiative every practice and just teaching the young, where to go from, play to play, just picking each other up. That would have to be a strength.
Would you say that this team is a lot more versatile than last year's?
In a sense, yes.
And I guess really what I'm trying to say is, you've got more girls that are able to play full rotations instead of just front row players, just back row players.
And it's been a challenge, going through. Of course, every team, every program has their hiccups, and and injury does play a big part, and that's what we're suffering with right now. But just dusting ourselves up and playing with what we got, and and the girls, you can see it in the girls, they're eager to win. They're hungry for to go further than what they've done last year. So watching them compete, practice, and the way we always tell the girls, the way you practice is the way you perform. So they've been knocking it out of the park every practice. So.
Awesome. Okay, Coach, so we've got the Skidmore tournament that's going to be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but what we really want to focus on is our next home game. Haven't had but one home game so far this year, but we're playing on Tuesday, September 2nd, Santa Gertrudis Academy. Our girls lost to them in 3 sets, but 3 very close sets a couple of weeks ago down in Kingsville. What's it going to take for our Lady Pickers to come out on top against the Lady Lions?
First off, it'll be a great feeling to be back at home playing at our home court advantage against SGA. But I feel to come up on top, the girls have to play with intensity, energy, and when our community pops out and helps them every possession of the game, I think that's what it takes to come up on top of the SGA.
Well, good deal. Again, Tuesday, September 2nd, Gillespie Gymnasium. Tickets will be $5 for adults, $3 for students. JV1, JV2, 5 o'clock, and varsity approximately 6 o'clock. And of course, if you can't make it, we hope that you're there. But if you can't make it, we will have that game live streamed on Picker Nation News. We should be live probably at about 4:45 and have both JV1 and JV2 as well as the varsity games. Coach, thank you for being here. Good luck on Tuesday. Good luck this weekend. Good luck the rest of the season. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back shortly with Robstown Cross Country coach Adolfo Gonzalez. welcome again back to the Robstown Coaches Show. We're now joined by Robstown Early College High School head cross country coach Adolfo Gonzalez. Coach Gonzalez, welcome to the show. How are you?
Good. How are you, sir? You doing good?
Doing well, doing well. So we're now about 3 weeks into the 2025 cross country season. Things have appeared to be going pretty well. Talk a little bit who we have on the boys and girls teams and how they've been competing during the meets.
Well, so far, every meet we've been PRing with 90% of our kids.
Nice.
They had a good summer. We upped the mileage this summer, so we're doing pretty well, and it's paying off.
So Saturday you're traveling to Laredo for the Border Olympics. That meet's probably, I'm assuming, the biggest meet we've been to so far this year. Compared to the previous meets, what are you looking forward to in regards to the competition in this meet? Do you feel like you're going to be stepping up in competition, or have you been going against pretty good competition already?
Yeah, we've been going against pretty good competition. In the last 2 meets, we've been competing a lot against 5A schools in the area, some big 4As. Our kids have been stacking up with the big schools as well. I think in Laredo, Border Olympics, it's going to be a battle test for our kids because there's going to be a lot of schools from Laredo, and Laredo's known for cross country, for distant runners, and that's the reason I like to put my kids in situations like that because the main goal is getting them ready for state.
For sure. So we've had a runner qualify for the state meet on the girls' side the last 3 years between, of course, Naomi Garcia and Bianca Bosquez. How do you feel about the likelihood of this streak continuing?
Oh, the likelihood of this is like if we go to regionals right now, I got 3 runners right now for sure that will pop in to state. Bianca Bosquez, Mario Cortinas, and Devin DJ Alanis. And some of our other girls, from here to district to regionals, we might have another one, maybe 2 more. They are doing very well right now.
That's good. So you really already answered my next question was, moving on to the boys' side. We haven't had a boy make the state meet in several years. But, you talk about Mario Cortinas and DJ. How have they progressed from, say, this time last year?
Well, from this time last year, how they finished last year is we already surpassed right now, the level of timing that they're hitting. Never had a boy that hit 15s before. Devin DJ, he hit a 15:57, a 3 mile. That's been my fastest boy that I've coached. And Mario Cortinas right along. If Devin wasn't here, Mario will be my fastest boy. Mario is doing just as well. He's awesome. Running a 16:23 right now. I'm in the low 16:23s, and we got 2 boys. Right now, they're ready. But we got a lot of work to do and get better and make sure that we punch the ticket in.
Just the way they're working out right now, how much more improvement do you foresee for them between now and the state meet?
The state meet, I see. We haven't peaked at all. So I don't let my kids peak early. So the reason I say that is because I know a lot of people are like, well, they're probably already peaking. They're running good, but no. It's just the mileage. The summer is very important for cross country runners. If you don't do the summer, you're done in August. These kids have been at it since the last week of May, so they've been getting those mileage in, and they're used to running the high mileage. So right now, it's like today we did with those 3 top runners, we did 4 sets of 200s. So they did 2200s. So wow. That's and to them it's like walk in the park right now. It's like I don't feel that they're peaking right now and they're getting burned out. Injuries are to the minimal, and I think that there's a lot of room for improvement, and that's why I'm excited because
that's awesome to hear.
Yes.
All right, Coach. Well, thank you very much. We enjoyed it. Good
Yes,
luck
sir.
to you. Good
Thank you,
luck
sir.
to the team this weekend. And we'll be right back with head football coach Travis Crowley on Picker Nation News. Welcome, Cotton Picker fans, to another season of Robstown football on Picker Nation News. I'm thrilled to be joined now by Cotton Picker head coach Travis Crowley. Coach Crowley, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so first year as the Robstown head coach. Tell us about your journey to becoming the head coach of the Robstown Cotton Pickers. You know, when did it start, where did it start, and what has your journey been like?
I got my first football job or coaching job back in 2007 in Hondo, at Hondo High School. Spent 6 years there, and then got the offensive coordinator job in Natalia. After 6 years in Natalia, went to Palacios. Spent 6 years at Palacios under the same role, and then last year came here as an offensive coordinator, assistant head football coach.
Nice, nice. So sports-specific summer workouts have been around, what, 5-6 years now? How have they changed preparation for football as far as the season coming up?
I think it gives us an opportunity to get our kids here and continue to work on things for the sports-specific hour that we get. Keeps them around us, keeps them together, working out with each other, and I think it's only going to benefit us more in the long run as things get going on those type of things.
For sure. So how was the participation this summer, specifically football players?
We had quite a few numbers out, about 150 kids total. Most of them were the male athletes that were primary football players from all grade levels. So we had, of course, we can always want more, but we had pretty good numbers for what we're used to having.
Nice. So our athletes this summer, our Robstown athletes, they participated quite a bit in 7-on-7 leagues. How does that help for regular season football, and how different is it, and how does that translate what they've done 7-on-7 to 11-man starting in the fall?
Well, for us, being in the spread system, it helps us with timing, getting our quarterback and receiving core on the same page. We've had, majority younger guys at the receiving position groups this season coming up, so I think the timing with the quarterback has helped tremendously on that. And then implementing our new defense with a new defensive coordinator later in the summer allow us to get a head start on some coverage and stuff before two-a-day started.
Okay, so we're now 3 weeks into practices with 2 scrimmages under our belt. Where's the team in comparison to where you expected them to be at this point?
I think we're ahead of schedule, especially on the defensive side. Like I said, with a new coordinator, new schemes, new systems. I think things are simplified, and we're able to just line up and play fast. Mm-hmm. So I think we're ahead on that. Offensively, running the run game, we're ahead of what I expected with the inexperience of the O-line. Our running back group is really deep. Quarterback's a returner. We have some key returners at receiver, but O-line experience-wise, I was kind of hesitant about the beginning of the year, but we're progressing way further than what I expect us to be going into game one, which is a good thing.
For sure. And you talk about the returners. We've got 9 returners on offense, 7 on defense. What are your season goals for the team?
Make playoffs. Obviously, we have a lot of experience coming back. Relatively, we're 14 points shy last year of making the playoffs in a tough district. So I think that experience with those guys returning on this side of the ball, know what big games are like, the experience that they have, playing, and then the grind of the season, I think it's only going to help us in the long run.
So, and speaking of some of those returners, who are some of our key returners, and what are your expectations of them this year?
Defensively, Mike Williams on the defensive line with Aaron De La Rosa. Linebacking crew is fairly young, but returning in the secondary is Miles Rodriguez, and then Tim Sanchez will play some back there. But we have a lot of young guys up front. Dominic Figueroa on the defensive line, and our linebackers with AJ Herrera and Ethan Sanchez are stepping up in key roles as sophomores, and then Ricardo Ruiz changed roles from a corner to outside linebacker, and he's playing really well for us right now.
Yeah, so you kind of hit on my next question too there with your answer. Who are some of our younger kids coming up from the JV that you see contributing to the varsity this year?
Ethan, like I said, Vasquez, AJ Herrera, Dominic Hernandez, those guys on both sides of the ball. Kristen Vela, Jackson Barker in the skill set. And then Daniel Comunero, Isaiah Aguilar up front. Trey moved positions from a quarterback to a tight end, defensive end, and he's really taken on that role by surprise. And we expect big things for him, as only a sophomore.
Has there been a particular player so far in, I guess you would call this the preseason, that's really opened your eyes and is kind of an unexpected bright spot on the team?
I think defensively we're flying around, but Ricardo Ruiz obviously moving positions, really holding down the outside linebacker spot, and Dominic Figueroa up front moving positions as well as from linebacker to nose guard. His speed and athleticism on the D line matches what we're trying to do defensively, and then offensively, those young guys at running back in our O line. I talked about them being young and kind of inexperienced, have really stepped up and got us going offensively.
Okay, so you talked about new defense. We've got quite a few new faces on your staff this year. First year as a staff. Tell us a little about some of our new coaches on the staff and what their roles are going to be.
Our new defense coordinator is Kevin Carr, coming from London, and Tony Ramon is our special teams coordinator, also from London. Those are two experienced guys that I'm going to rely on heavily on the defensive side to get those guys going. And then Nick Strohmeyer is our new offensive coordinator, offensive line coach from Uvalde. We work together in Palacios. He's done a great job with those guys up front and kind of getting them where we need them to be. Our receivers coach is Tanner Blunser. He's coming over from Skidmore. And then first-year coach with Stephen Grimes on the defensive side of the ball.
Okay, so Friday night, Pickers open up the regular season against San Antonio Kennedy at Cotton Picker Stadium.
Yes, sir.
7 o'clock. You get your tickets on hometownticketing.com. Last year was kind of a shootout with Kennedy, 43-36 over in San Antonio. What are going to be our keys to victory? What does Kennedy look like based on what you've seen so far?
Our keys to victory obviously will be taking care of the football offensively, and then causing turnovers on the defensive side of the ball. Be sound in special teams. Kennedy, they've changed offensive schemes from the spread to the wing tee, so that'll be the first time we've seen it this year. Defensively, they're in a 4-2-5, pretty good size, team speed all over the place, so it should be a good matchup for us.
Good deal. Hey, so on a lighter note, we have changed our new uniform provider from Under Armour to New Balance. New Balance getting fairly new into the uniform business. What's the response been to our new look this year?
Well, our kids seem to like them. They said they're light. They feel good on them. They look good. So I guess that's all that matters. They look good. They play good. That's all we can ask for.
All right, sounds good. And we got to ask, what's it like having to coach number 15?
It depends on what day it is. No, I'm just kidding. So far, he's done everything we've asked. He leads by example. Not only now, but last spring into the off season and then through the summer, he's getting guys up here on weekends, throwing the ball around, especially the younger guys, trying to get timing right. He's been, like I said, he's grown tremendously, not only a skill set, bigger, faster, stronger, but the little things by being the leader and taking accountability on things that we've asked him to do. So, we're relying on him to do those things and have those guys rally around him. Not only him, but also the other returning starters.
All right, Coach. Well, thank you for joining us. Hopefully this will be the first of many
Yes, sir.
visits that we'll have this year. And again, if any area business would like to host our Robstown Coaches Show, give us a call at our Picker Nation News number. We'll put the graphic up for you. And Coach, best of luck this season.
Yes, sir.
Go Red.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Go Red.